A district court judge defends his statements about rap culture and criminal behavior. Judge Alex Kim made the remarks to the mother of a 16-year-old defendant during a court hearing. Fox 4's Deon Anglin joins us with a closer look at what the judge said. Deon.
Well, Clarice, juvenile court judge Alex Kim presided over the hearing, which was May 24th. And since then, it has been the subject of conversation and criticism.
Police said while you were being escorted, you made a statement that you had a gun in your backpack. Inside the car, they found a 9mm pistol.
The Zoom court hearing was for a 16-year-old defendant at Tarrant County's juvenile detention facility in Fort Worth. We are not showing the defendant or his mother in the video posted to the court's YouTube channel. District Court Judge Alex Kim, at one point, encouraging the youngster who wanted to make statements to remain quiet.
I'm just trying to protect you here. Okay, we have a DA, a prosecutor that's listening to things, and I don't want the prosecutor to get too much information about you. Okay?
The discussion turns to the circumstances of the arrest. The judge saying the juvenile was in possession of a gun as a passenger in a stolen car being pursued by police.
I'm not worried about you being the passenger of a stolen car as much as I am about you having a gun on you. That's my worry.
The teen's mom then mentions he's an aspiring music artist who was leaving a studio with others he knew. It is this section that got attention after it posted to a Reddit forum.
This is the situation happened when I let him go to the studio. He gets in a car with somebody else and all this happens.
All right. So, Mom, I've got to ask, when you say music, it's like rapper?
Yes, rap and sing.
Mom, you and I are not surprised if your son is rapping and gets caught in a stolen car with a gun and goes in a car chase, right? I mean, that's we can kind of predict that's going to happen.
Just because he do rap music?
Well, the culture, right? I mean, it shouldn't surprise you.
We asked Bob Ray Sanders, a former member of Fort Worth's Race and Culture Task Force, to watch the hearing and give us his take. He believes the comments were racially insensitive and out of line.
Certainly have the right to admonish people who come before their bench if they think that that helps with changing behavior or whatever. They don't have the right to stereotype, and that's what this judge did.
I spoke with Judge Kim over the phone. He disagrees that his remarks were inappropriate and drew a distinction between rap music and what he described in the hearing as elements of violence in rap culture. He told me, I think everyone recognizes the difference between rap and rap culture, and the community has standards by which it expects their judges to keep them safe. Sanders is also critical of another part of the conversation.
Let's put it this way. If he's singing in a church choir, do you think it's a realistic ending for him to be caught in a stolen car with a gun on a car chase from the police?
Prisons are filled with people, not only who sang in the choir, but who were in the pulpits of churches. So the church doesn't, keep you from a crime. And what this judge has to understand, America has changed in the last 5 years, and certainly within the last year after the George Floyd killing. Yes, be tough if you want to be a tough judge. Be critical if you want to be that kind of a judge. But do not stereotype.
Now, we should point out the outcome of the hearing on that day. Judge Kim released the teen to the custody of his mother, a decision that was more lenient than with defendants in his court of other ethnicities on that docket. We should also point out it's something that Judge Kim does not typically do on cases that involve guns.